After making a study on the emergence of political parties in Britain, let us have a discussion on the functioning of different political parties. We make a reference that Conservative Party, Liberal Party, and Labour Party are three important political parties of Britain, and present ruling party of Britain, that is Conservative Party. So we have to begin with the Conservative Party. Conservative Party originated from Tory Party. Tory Party in the initial time they were the supporters of the rulers. Cavaliers who participated in the Civil War, they turned as Tory Party later, and this Tory Party that was converted to Conservative Party, and it was the great politician, academician, and diplomat Robert Peel, Sir Robert Peel, who was the real spirit behind the revitalization and emergence of or conversion of Tory Party into Conservative Party. But unfortunately, the first split, the party that was occurred in the year 1846, there was an issue in Britain, that was the repeal of the Corn Law. We studied that what actually means Corn Law. Corn Law that was introduced by the British Parliament to keep the prices of British corn or agrarian products high, and the Corn Law that forbade the importation of corn from outside countries. The Corn Laws, series of Corn Laws passed by the British that forbade the import of corn from other countries, and the idea behind the Corn Law was that of keeping the prices of British food and British grain and corn high. But the Corn Law that was repealed by Robert Peel in the year 1846, and there was much criticism against his decision within the party and outside the party, and finally Tory party met with a split in the year 1846. But the party that was revitalized under the leadership of Benjamin Disraeli. Benjamin Disraeli, who became prominent conservative prime minister of Britain. Benjamin Disraeli introduced a series of reform within the party, and that is popularly known as Tory democracy. The reform introduced by Disraeli with the purpose of revitalizing the Tory party, that is popularly known as Tory democracy. And after the introduction of Tory democracy, Tory party emerged as one of the important and very important political group or party in Britain. And while coming down to 20th century, during the time of First World War, a coalition government was formed in Britain. So while studying about the history of political parties, evolution and growth and evolution of political parties in Britain, we can see that whenever a conflicting situation arose, there formed the coalition governments. And in order to overcome the hurdles of the First World War, economic problems of the First World War, a coalition government that was formed in Britain, and conservatives were a prominent group, a prominent political party who joined the coalition ministry. And first conservative ministry that was formed in the year 1922, just after the formation of the coalition government by 1922, a new coalition government after the First World War, a new government, a new conservative government formed under the leadership of Bonar Law. So, coalition government was a group that formed in the First World War, but after the completion of the First World War, conservatives came to power under the leadership of Bonar Law. Bonar Law, who became the first conservative prime minister of Britain, and he was followed by his successor Baldwin. Baldwin became the next prime minister, conservative prime minister of Britain, and now conservatives enjoying a prominent position in the British politics, and Boris Johnson, who is the present Conservative Prime Minister of Britain. So, while coming down to the ideology of the Conservatives, they believed in capitalism. Conservatives believed in capitalism like almost all other political parties of Britain. While sticking on capitalism, they are supporting and they are the believers of traditions and traditional practices. So, conservative traditional ideologies on one side and supporting of capitalism on the other side. That is the feature of the ideology, political ideology of conservative party. You are very familiar with the great conservative prime minister of Britain, Winston Churchill. Winston Churchill, under the able leadership of Winston Churchill, a coalition government that was formed in Britain, and he made the world famous Iron Curtain speech. The world famous Iron Curtain speech that inspired millions and millions of the British citizens, and it is said that Winston Churchill won the Second World War in favor of Britain by means of his tongue. But just after the completion of election, though Britain became a victorious nation in the Second World War under the leadership of Winston Churchill, who became the Conservative Prime Minister, but the election that was happened in 1945, just after the completion of the Second World War, Conservatives was disastrously defeated. They were disastrously defeated in the election of 1945, and a labor ministry under the leadership of Clement Attlee came to power. So, the year 1945, the election of 1945, conservatives were defeated, but they had a return back. After the defeat of 1945, conservatives again came to power in the 1951 election under the same leadership of Winston Churchill. Winston Churchill was followed by the prominent conservatives Anthony Eden, Harold Macmillan. Anthony Eden and Harold Macmillan, who were the prominent successors of Winston Churchill. But the election of 1964, conservatives were defeated to the Labour Party. The Labour Party came to power in the year 1964. So, while discussing about the timeline or dateline of the Conservative Party, we can see that a coalition government that was formed under the leadership of Churchill during the Second World War, but they were defeated in the election of 1945 and then came to power in 1951 under the leadership of Churchill. But in the election of 1964, they defeated. But in the election of 1979, they got a landslide victory. The Conservatives got a landslide victory under the able leadership of Margaret Thatcher. Margaret Thatcher, you know, the Iron Lady of Britain, and she became the first woman Prime Minister of the world. So, in the election of 1979, Conservatives came to power under the leadership of Margaret Thatcher. Because of her popular reforms, because of her administrative reforms, her government continued for a while, and it was during the time of Margaret Thatcher, Britain involved in the Falkland War with Argentina, and Argentina was defeated in the Falkland War, and the glory of Margaret Thatcher reached its triumph after her victory in the Falkland War. That was very clearly popular feeling in support of Margaret Thatcher was very clearly reflected in the election of 1983. Margaret Thatcher came to power again in 1983, but within a short span of time, the conflicts, chaos that was arose within the party. A group of conservatives who opposed the ideology of Margaret Thatcher, and she was removed from power and party. Margaret Thatcher was expelled from party and removed from power, and she was followed by John Major. The successor of Margaret Thatcher was John Major, and in the election of 2010, the Conservatives came to power under the leadership of David Cameron, who won 307 seats out of 650, and Conservatives now enjoying a mass support. They are the ruling party of Britain. Boris Johnson, who became the Prime Minister, he is the Conservative Prime Minister of Britain. So these are some of the references that we have about the origin and development of Conservative Party. And now we have a brief overview on the policies and programs of the Liberal Party. The initial stage, Liberal Party, who were this strong rival. They were the strong rivals to the Conservative Party. And the beginning of the 20th century, the Conservative Party and Liberal Party came to power one after another. And the prominent leaders of Liberal Party were John Russell and Gladstone. So the Roundheads were the predecessors of the Liberal Party. Roundheads turned as Whig Party, and Whig Party later converted as the Liberal Party. So it was under the leadership of Gladstone, Liberal Party that was formed. Why they were known as Liberal Party? They were very liberal in religious ideology, and they believed in religious liberty, and they advocated for the abolition of slavery and extension of franchise to all group, including women. So because of the liberal ideology, liberal outlook, they are called as Liberal Party. And first Liberal Prime Minister of Britain was Henry Campbell Bannerman. Henry Campbell Bannerman, who became the first Liberal Prime Minister of Britain, who came to power in 1905. And he was followed by Asquith and Lloyd George. Lloyd George was the last Liberal Prime Minister of Britain. So after 1910, because of the emergence of Labour Party, Liberals lost their glory, and finally they were retreated from the political scene of Britain. So till 1910 they became a very prominent political party in Britain, and they offered much challenge to the Conservative Party, and they played a very important role in the political arena of Britain. And during the time of the Liberal Ministry, a series of liberal acts that was passed. First one, that is the Trade Dispute Act of 1906. The Trade Dispute Act of 1906 that permitted picketing that was legalized, that permitted the formation of trade unions in the factories, and in this way the Trade Dispute Act of 1906, that was remarkable one. and the Working Man Compensation Act that extended compensation to the workers who sustained injuries during the work time at factory. And the third one, that is the Old Age Pension Act of 1908. The Old Age Pension Act of 1908 that ensured a pension of 5 shillings, a pension of 5 shillings to all the people, 5 shillings per week to all people who completed the age of 70. So a person who completed the age of 70, he was eligible for a pension of 5 shillings per week as per the Old Age Pension Act of 1908. Another one, that is of National Insurance Act of 1911. National Insurance Act of 1911. So this act that provided the coverage of insurance coverage was extended to working community of Britain. So in this way, a series of liberal acts that was passed during the time of the liberal party or liberal ministry. And finally, we have a go through the Labour Party, a prominent political party of Britain, and they are offering much challenge to the Conservative Party in all elections after 1910. And the ideology of Labour Party that was emerged from socialism. When after the Industrial Revolution, there was the formation of trade unions, there was the support of the socialist ideologies. So in this way, the socialist and communist ideologies that made its way in Britain after the Industrial Revolution, especially the ideology of Karl Marx, Robert Owen, and Charles Fourier. They introduced the idea of the cooperative societies, and that was highly influenced by a group of people in Britain. And the first political outwing of Labour Party, Social Democratic Federation, the germ of Labour Party that was seen in the formation of the Social Democratic Federation. And in 1885, this group have 11 elected members. So they were not known as Labour in that time, but in 1885 there were 11 elected Labour members in the British Parliament. That was a great achievement. And the space between the Conservative Party and the Liberal Party, that is first time carved out by Labour Party when 11 elected members, when members were elected to the British Parliament in 1885. And in 1888, the Scottish Parliamentary Labour Party was formed. Another development, Scottish Parliamentary Labour Party, that was converted by 1900, that was converted as the Labour Representation Committee. Labour Representation Committee that was formed in 1900, and finally that was converted to the Labour Party in 1906. So the Social Democratic Federation that converted to Scottish Parliamentary Labour Party, that changed to the Labour Representation Committee, and finally that emerged in the form of a political party in 1906. And Daily Herald, that was the mouth organ of the Labour Party, the ideology of the Labour Party that was spread among the people, and the message of Labour Party that was carried out among the people by its mouth organ, Daily Herald. And Arthur Henderson, we already have a reference about the coalition government that was formed in Britain during the time of First World War under the leadership of Lloyd George, who became the liberal political leader. When the first coalition government was formed in the background of First World War, Labour member Arthur Henderson, who became a parliamentary member and who was included in the coalition government formed under the leadership of Lloyd George. That was a great achievement as far as the labor were concerned. For the first time, their membership, their presence in the government was ensured in Britain. That is a great achievement. And by 1924, after the completion of election, a new labor ministry that was formed under the leadership of Ramsay MacDonald. He was supported by Liberal Party. With the support of the Liberal Party, a new government under the leadership of Ramsay MacDonald was formed in the year 1924. But within a short span of time, there was conflict of interest between Liberal Party and Labour Party. We already point out that Liberals supported the Labour Ministry of MacDonald by 1924, and MacDonald's sympathy towards the revolutionary socialism that created some sort of problem within the rank and file of the Liberal Party, and they withdrew the supports. They withdrew the support to the Ramsay MacDonald ministry, and new election that was held in the year 1929. So there was a great economic depression after 1925, after the completion of the First World War. The economic problems that affected almost all countries of the world, that is popularly known as the Great Depression of 1930. So the problem that started by the end of 1920s, that is popularly known as the Great Depression of 1930. There was massive labor strike, the agrarian uprisings, all part of Britain, and that the labor group supported the MacDonald, and by 1929, MacDonald came to power. He came to power in the year 1929, and in order to overcome the economic crisis of Britain, by 1931, a coalition government was formed under the leadership of Ramsay MacDonald. So 1924 he came to power with the support of the Liberal Party, but within a short span of time, the conflict arose between the Liberal Party and Labour Party, and the Liberal Party withdrew their support to the Labour Party, and MacDonald was expelled from power. But he came back. He came back to power by 1929. 1931 again, coalition government was formed under the leadership of MacDonald. But now the problem arose within the party, and MacDonald was expelled from Labour Party. He was expelled from Labour Party. He was expelled from Prime Ministership, and by 1931 election that was held, MacDonald and his nationalist supporters marked a landslide victory, and he came to power again in 1931. And we already point out that after the completion of the Second World War, Winston Churchill was defeated by Labour Party leader Clement Attlee. After the completion of the Second World War by 1945, the Labour Ministry came under the leadership of Clement Attlee, but at the same time they were defeated in the election of 1951. We already point out that the election of 1951, Winston Churchill, the Conservative Prime Minister, came to Britain, and but in the election of 1954, Labour under the leadership of Harold Wilson came to power. They won the 1966 election also. And by 1976, Harold Wilson retired from the active political life, and he was followed by his successor, his political friend Callaghan. The Labour Prime Minister, came to power by 1976. But again, by 1979, they were defeated, and Margaret Thatcher, who became the Conservative leader, came to power. And after a long time, after a long gap, by 1997, a labor ministry was formed under the leadership of Tony Blair. And after Tony Blair, we see labor group or labor party is struggling much to return to the active political um, situation. Now Britain is under the control of Conservative Party. So these are some of the references that we have about the origin and growth of political parties in Britain.